Yes, joining me on the platform is Major Mohammed Ali Shah, political analyst. Ashwini Dubey, he's a senior lawyer of the Supreme Court. Murtaza Ali, film critic, also joins us on the platform. Mukesh Tyagi, actor and director, will also be joining us momentarily. And last but by no means the least, Sumit Peer, political commentator, also joins us. Happened for the first time. Mohammed Ali Shah, this particular series has specifically come under the cloud because of a few references as well. The actor Mohammed Zishan Ayub was also a part of the anti-CAA protest. He was also part of, the farmers' agitation. And, the feeling on Twitter right now is that this is perhaps a series which is being put out to justify what happened in JNU. Now, you come from the entertainment industry. You have a solid background. You rub shoulders with some of the biggest entertainment giants in the country. What do you make of something like this? Is this something that should not, in fact, even be bothered about? Because after all, it is untrue. It is a figment of somebody's imagination. It's fiction, for that matter, and should just be viewed as a source of entertainment. Should this really be in fact be taken to heart? Mohammed Ali Shah, then we go to Murtaza.
Vineet, see, I'm a Muslim, I'm not a Hindu. But if I respect others' culture, beliefs, religion, faith, will others respect my faith as well? So I think, yes, under the Constitution of India, in the Article 19(1)(a), there is freedom of speech, yes. There's freedom of expression, yes. But again, what we don't highlight is it's restricted. Under the Constitution of India guarantees the right to a freedom of speech and expression. The law states that all citizens shall have the right to freedom of speech and expression with reasonable restriction. That Article 19(1)(a) says that. Now, it guarantees six freedom, namely, first, freedom of speech and expression, freedom of assembly, freedom to form associations, freedom of movement, freedom to reside and settle, and freedom of profession.
Okay, now Mohammed Ali Shah, you're getting into the realm of legality. I want you to talk about this from an entertainment point of view. You are an actor as well. Yes. You've come in a number of movies. I want to know from you as an actor, as somebody who participates in the entertainment forum, as to the validity and the justification of such scenes in any platform, whether be it OTT or a movie that offend other people. What is your stand on that? Should they be there or should they be not? Is there more, a requirement, a bigger requirement for censorship?
One has to be very careful that one should not hurt anyone's religious sentiment, irrespective of whichever community it is. Now, you mean to say the filmmakers did not know when they were making it that particular scene will end up hurting someone's religious sentiments? Of course they knew. And I just mentioned about the Constitution and the rights. Why? Because though we are well aware of our rights, but such a scene could have been avoided. It was uncalled for. There was no requirement to introduce that scene there. I am not saying that, we should not express ourselves the way we want to. We should, we must. But there should be reasonable restriction as long as what you are expressing does not hurt anybody else's sentiments. It is fine. But the moment you feel it is going to hurt someone's religious sentiments, secondly...
all right. Are we being too sensitive about all these things? If you remember that movie, Jaane Bhi Do Yaro, Mr. Nasiruddin Shah, very briefly in that last scene of the Mahabharata, did play Dushashan. And the gentleman who played Arjun in B.R. Chopra's Mahabharata was actually a Muslim. There was no Twitter then, there was no Facebook then. Just because, you have these platforms that give you some sort of freedom to express your anger, doesn't mean that your sensitivities should be out there for everyone to see. Are we being too sensitive? Mohammed Ali Shah wants to respond to you. Mohammed Ali Shah, go ahead. Then we go to Sumit Peer.
I'm so sorry, I might have digressed the first question, because coming back to your first question was, should we see it as a fact of fiction? I have served in the army in real life. I've been an actor, and I've also done a role in a film called Moji, shot in Kashmir, where I played a terrorist in that. Now, that does not make me a terrorist, so that should be seen as a fiction. Not that I'm supporting terrorism. The larger picture is the entire film talks against terrorism, where I had to dirty my own hands and play the role of a terrorist. But then, I would say dirty my own hands. I would say I contributed my creativity to it by playing a role of a person that I am not. So we should see it merely as fiction. Now, the moment we come into controversy and the moment we bring Britain into it, that's why I said we should be very careful.
But Mohammed Ali Shah, the bigger question is, quick comments from Mohammed Ali Shah, and then we end with Sumit Peer. Mohammed Ali Shah.
Breathe. As an actor, as a creative person, I am entitled to play whatever role I want to, and I will play that role. So I will not hold any actor responsible. I will not hold Zishan Ayub or Saif Ali Khan responsible. No, not at all. They were doing the job as an actor. But certainly the writer, the maker,
what's wrong, Mr. Shah? What's wrong? Tell me now. There's nothing wrong with it. You would have been happy.
Let him finish. Murtaza, you come on, Murtaza, let him finish. He's not even concluded his point, and you've already started to stop him. Let him finish. All right.
For example, if someone writes like that about Islam, about the Prophet, or someone draws a cartoon, we get upset about it, right? So when we get upset about it,
I don't want to.
No,
be a Taliban. I don't want to be a Pakistan.
Personally, you or me. No, I'm not talking about you or me person.
I'm
talking about the large picture whole. So the people do get irritated by that. So we should be very careful while touching about people's emotions, their sentiments, their faiths.
All right, okay.